that's all she wrote. The Nuggets won 3 games to 2 and are 1 game away from the Western Conference Finals. 40 points, 10 assists, no turnovers.
I've seen the weaknesses I've seen the MVP.
Beast mode is the deep grinder. Speak gold over each line.
Jokic dunks that thing over 2 hands.
He is putting together a masterpiece. Incredible.
Nikola, he's ahead of everybody. His IQ is off the charts. I think we played like champions the last 3 games.
Got it! A big-time 3!
There's no more wiggle room. We got to find a way to win. We get to go home and play with our backs against the walls, try to force a game 7 and come back here.
Welcome to the NBA playoffs presented by Google Pixel. It's the West semifinals delivered by Chipotle. Game 6 at Target Center. The Timberwolves facing elimination. The Nuggets looking to punch their ticket to the Western Conference Finals. Mobile first for the visiting Denver Nuggets. Such great continuity with Jamal Murray, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, who's had a terrific series, and Nikola Jokic to round out the Nuggets starting 5 for Minnesota. Mike Conley is back after missing Game 5 with that sore Achilles. Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Karl Anthony Towns, and Rudy Gobert round out the starting 5 for Minnesota. You just can't say enough about the Game 5 performance from Nikola Jokic.
And led to defense. And as we mentioned, Mike Malone tried to let his guys go, but a timeout is needed, and then just this second effort. Getting on the loose balls, getting offensive rebound, hanging around the rim. McDaniels gets the easy layup. Then Karl Anthony Towns making quick decisions and attacking that closeout.
Well, the NBA playoffs continue tomorrow night, Friday. Winner go home for Indiana. Knicks up 3-2. Countdown crew tips off our coverage 8 Eastern on ESPN. You know, many may be wondering about the logistics.
This is the Minnesota Timberwolves from the first round and game 1 and 2. Elite defense. We talked about them not getting back in transition defense. They get back there, and then just an unselfish pass for McDaniels.
First quarter will end. Edwards scores 14. Minnesota leads by 17. Facing elimination after having dropped the last 3 games of this series. Trying to force a Game 7 on Sunday.
Naz Reid, the 6th man of the year. There are 150 new Naz Reid tattoos in Minnesota because of that man.
Back to the NBA playoffs presented by Google Pixel. We're here in Minneapolis for the West semifinals delivered by Chipotle. How about Naz Reid doing work off the bench?
And I love it. Look, he's waiting. Is a double team coming? Is a double team coming? Okay, it's not. Then let me go to work. It has been impressive watching him just navigate.
That'll be the first on Rudy Gobert, a 22-point Minnesota lead. Some of the emotions, the reactions in an elimination game with Minnesota looking to survive. Take a look at the assist of the game brought to you by State Farm.
And watch this defense. What a block. The Minnesota defense has been outstanding so far tonight. And it didn't start off. It was 9-2 Denver. But since that moment, it has been outstanding. First quarter run, 20-0 by Minnesota. In the second quarter, they got 13-0. And watch this, as my guy Kendrick Perkins says, big fellas moving those puppies, defending Aaron Gordon. That's the defensive player of the year.
Oh, and both. All right, Naz, Katie, thank you very much. Minnesota holds Denver to under 32% shooting and just 40 points in that first half. Timberwolves looking to force a Game 7 Sunday, a 19-point lead at halftime of Game 6. Alika and the crew coming up next. Welcome back to the NBA playoffs presented by Google Pixel. It's the West semifinals delivered by Chipotle. Getting ready for the start of the second half of Game 6. Minnesota, a 19-point lead as we take a look at our first half stats brought to you by ESPN Bet. Minnesota really dominating the glass in that first half. Most offensive rebounds in the first half in the playoffs for Minnesota since 2004. As we welcome you back courtside, Ryan Rupe.
You just saw it, so let's check it out. Watch this. Gets him up in the air. No one there. And Anthony Edwards is feeling it.
Richard, to start this game, Denver got some easy buckets in transition, but Minnesota has responded.
Well, that's what we were talking about. Hey, if you're fighting for your life, that is not how you play. And they showed up in a big way. It started with their defense. Look at that two-handed block against the glass. Tracking players down. It's the extra effort. These are these 50-50 balls. They're loose. Who's going to come up with them? And what does it do? It ends up in Anthony's hands, knocks it down. This is so big to me.
Well, we have another winner go home NBA playoff game for you Saturday night on ABC. 8 Eastern, Game 6, Western Conference semifinals, Thunder and Mavs. Oklahoma City looking to avoid elimination. Mavs up 3-2. Meanwhile, for the third, Minnesota increases the lead to 25, 1 quarter away from forcing a Game 7 Sunday. Welcome back to the West semifinals delivered by Chipotle. We talked about it earlier, how Chris Finch, because of that ruptured knee, has had to coach differently. Sitting back, trying to communicate on the bench, isn't able to do the things in the immediacy of the game that he normally can when it comes to changing a matchup. Or calling us 30 Eastern with Game 6 of the Eastern Conference semifinals between the Knicks and the Pacers. It's win or go home for Indiana with the Knicks up 3-2. The Countdown crew will tip off our coverage at 8 Eastern. Saturday night tomorrow, it'll be the Knicks against Indiana for the right to play Boston. That is Game 6 on ESPN, 8:30 Eastern, with the Pacers facing elimination, and these teams await their Game 7 Sunday. Once again, our final score, Minnesota 115, Denver 70. For our producer Rodney Vaughn, our director Jeff Evers, Richard Jefferson, Katie George, and our entire NBA on ESPN crew, I'm Ryan Rucco. Make sure to watch the NBA playoffs tomorrow night on ESPN at 8:30 Eastern. Knicks Pacers, good night from Minneapolis. Let's get you to SportsCenter.